Chill music, and I'm talking my shit. Yeah, so let's get on the topic of toxicity. Toxic people, toxic relationships, toxic situations. You never know when you're going to encounter a toxic relationship or a toxic person, because people most likely and usually put on their best clothes when you first meet them. When you get involved with somebody, when you're talking to somebody, when you're working with somebody, when you're in a relationship with somebody, nobody really shows their true colors until later on. Also, there might be certain things that you might allow to happen that you might let slide, but you don't see it as a big deal, because you probably just figure you just being a good person, and you don't want to come off as being too stern or too strict or whatever. But it really is important to set boundaries. Now, recently I just came across a video of Jonathan Majors and the woman that he was involved with, where she was chasing him down the block. I mean, like, she was really chasing this dude crazy, and he was running. It looked like that man was running for his life. Now, when you first look at it, it looks funny as hell, because you see this big black dude just running from this skinny white woman, and the shit is crazy. It's funny. But in reality, you really got to look and see, like, what type of relationship was that, where it got to the point where he had to pick her up and try to stuff her inside the back of a truck. She wouldn't comply, and then eventually ends up chasing this man down the block for like how many blocks, for how many minutes, who knows. This was the hidden evidence that they didn't want to reveal in the case against him. Mind you, this cost him a lot. He was on the way to becoming one of the top actors in Marvel, and he had a starring role in the Ant-Man and Wasp movie as one of the top villains. I think he played Kang, and he did a good job, because we went to see that movie, and I thought it was really good. So when that happened, that's when they pulled all the endorsements, all the acting jobs, everything, because, these days, if you do something, you're guilty before proven innocent. But then they also show video of her right afterwards, where she was in a bar using his credit card, ordering bottles of wine, champagne, all types of drinks and stuff. So that makes you wonder, like, well, if she was a victim that night, what was she doing in the bar? What was she doing spending this man's money? And why was she chasing him? What was that for? Well, that to me just goes to show that that is a toxic relationship. That's serious toxicity. There's a lack of respect, because they both got physical. They were fighting, they were carrying on, and alcohol came into play, obviously. When you drink like that and you in somebody's face, and somebody has a tendency to, they might see something they don't like, or a little bit of jealousy is involved, things happen. And sometimes it doesn't turn out for the best. So if you see early signs of toxicity, if you see anything that could possibly or potentially lead to a situation where you're with a person that you think might end up reacting in a violent way, disrespectful, they're crossing lines, they have no respect for your boundaries, that's when you know it's time to go. I mean, for some it's harder than others, and if you really, really, really need somebody to get out of there, then you need to seek some type of help or something, because some people, they're really caught up in bad situations where they can't get out. Either the person is holding something over their head, or they don't have any money to move, or it could be anything. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's situation is different. But if you can see signs, if you see something crazy about to pop off with somebody that you with, get out of there. And sometimes it don't even have to be a relationship. It could be at work. I mean, you could be involved with a coworker that is just getting on your nerves, and they saying things or doing things that can irritate you. If you're the type of person that has a short fuse, meaning that you have like a very short temper, it's your best interest. It's in your best interest to keep away from those type of people, because they can cause you to lose your job or have you arrested for doing something crazy. You understand? Don't allow things to get to you. No one can hurt you. Okay? Remember that. Nobody can hurt you but you. Try to take some time and to get to know yourself, take a deep breath, and walk away. Say a prayer. Prayer helps. You understand what I'm saying? But just try to avoid these toxic situations as much as possible, because things can get really ugly, man. And you don't want that. Believe me, you don't want to sit in that jail cell and go in front of that judge and that DA is trying to hit you with some time, and you got to keep going back and forth to court for months at a time, or, you know, things happening in your life that's just crazy and you just spiraling out of control because you don't know how to control your life. Take control of your life. Take control of your situation. You are the controller of your life and your destiny. Remember that, man. And stop fucking with these toxic people, man. Don't do it. It's not worth it. CEEOHH Music, and I'm talking my shit. What?